a matter of stapling. The numbering is okay. The stapling, it should staple the other way. Number 2, then number 3 at the back. Then just change your pin. Yes.
Honorable members, I'm not sure what the member for Sabasanjal was trying to say. Oh yeah, okay. Honorable member for Sabasanjal, are you okay? All right. Any order on page? Any order on page 2, page 3? Can we move to page 4? Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceeding of the National Assembly sitting of Friday, 31st October 2025 be approved with amendments. Those in favor, please say aye. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. Ayes have it. Clerk, we may proceed.
Thank you. Matters of the day. Standing Order 51.
Honorable members, my office is in receipt of a request made by the Honorable Member for Lower Salem seeking permission under Clause 51, Sub 1 and Sub 2 of the Standing Orders to make a statement to the Assembly on the recent remarks of the former President, Jammeh, as a threat to national security. Honorable members, having considered the request of the Honorable Member under the provisions of Standing Orders Clause 51.3 A, B, C, and D, and 51.5, and noting that the request has satisfied the Standing Orders provision, I now grant the Honorable Member leave to make his statement to the Assembly.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. On a point of order.
Yes. Can we get a point of order, Member Sabasanjal?
Thank you very much. Senior Honorable, with your permission. Honorable Speaker, I'm rising on Order 51, Matters of the Day. A member may seek leave of the Speaker to make a statement to the Assembly on a matter which fulfills the criteria specified under paragraph 3. A member seeking leave shall submit a formal request in writing to the clerk not later than the time provided for in paragraph 4, outlining the subject matter of the proposed statement. Honorable Speaker, I have written to the office of the clerk twice seeking the leave of your office to table a matter before the National Assembly. And this has been the second time we have been sitting, and my statement has never been laid forward, and I have not received an official letter as per the reason why my state matter of the day is not I submitted.
Honorable members, in the first instance, let's set the record straight. First of all, that is not a point of order. That needs to be clear. You could not have used point of order to raise that issue. So on that part, you are out of order. You've made some, of course, administrative concerns. I'm sure you could have contacted the office of the clerk. Of course, I received a lot of requests for matter of the days. I remember what the deputy leader also consulted me yesterday, but I told them on the 31st of October, I said I was not going to approve any matter of the day for that day. So we're just beginning today for the matter of the day, and then first come, first served basis, that's how I am going to approve them if they meet the requirement in accordance with the standing orders. So all members of the National Assembly who submitted matters of the day, be assured that it will be considered. And if it is in line, it will be approved. If it is not, you will be consulted. Thank you. Now, clerk, let's proceed. Please consult the table office directorate. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I think I have cited a point of order, and the point of order is point of order 51. You are saying it is not a point of order. Of course, I cited point of order 51. One. Two, if an official letter is written to the office of the Speaker.
No.
Allow me, please, Honorable Speaker, since you've given me the opportunity to make my submission. If an official letter is written to your office, do we need to get an oral reply or a written reply? That needs to be clarified. I don't need to pursue anybody in the parliament, be it your office or a clerk, to make sure that I get my reply, a written reply. Since it is a written letter that was sent to your office, I shouldn't be contacting people in my personal level, at my personal level, to get an oral reply. I don't believe so.
Please take your seat.
Thank you.
Honorable members, I said your order, your point of order is out of order. That's my ruling. Clerk, let's proceed. Clerk, let's proceed.
Order 51, matters of the day. Matter of the day on the recent remarks of former President Jammeh as a threat to national security by the Honorable Seni Jawara, member for Lower Salo.
Honorable members, my office is in receipt of a request made by the Honorable Member for Lower Salum seeking permission under Clause 51, Sub 1 and 2 of the Standing Orders to make a statement to the Assembly on the recent remarks made by former President Jammeh as a threat to national security. Honorable members, having considered the request of the Honorable Member under the provisions of Standing Orders Clause 51, 3, A, B, C, and D, and 51, 5, and noting that the request has satisfied the Standing Order provision, I now grant the Honorable Member leave to make his statement to the Assembly. However, I wish to draw the attention of Honorable Members to Clause 51, 8 of the Standing Orders. The time allocated to the matter for the matter of the day shall not exceed 3 minutes for the honorable members who may wish to make statement, and the time allowed for the matters of the day is 30 minutes. Therefore, I also urge honorable members to observe Clause 51(9) of the Standing Order for guidance. I now call on the honorable member to make his statement to the Assembly.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me that chance to put the matter of the day. Honorable Speaker, with your permissions and accordance with the Orders 51(3), subsection C of the Standing Orders, I rise to bring the attention of this August Assembly a matter of urgent national concern and a threat to our national security posed by the recent utterance of the former President Jammeh. Honorable Speaker, it is deep concern and frustrations that I address this issue of a great public importance. As a representative of the people, I urge the government to urgently respond to the formal statement made by the former President Jammeh during a gathering held in Kanilai on the 26th of October 2025. Honorable Speaker, the Gambia is still navigating the long and painful process of national reconciliation following the 22 years of dictatorship under the President Jammeh regime. According to the findings of the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission, TRC, at least 240 persons were murdered by the state agents under his rule. Honorable Speaker, the Commission's further arguing that the former president to be prosecuted for murder, unlawful killing, rape, torture, and other serious crime committed directly or indirectly during his tenure. Honorable Speaker, given the background, it's deeply troubling that the former president continued to make a public pronouncement about his alleged intentions to return to the country, particularly at a time when our nation is working to consolidate peace, stability, and democratic governance. Such statements are not only incentive to the victim and their family, but also create unnecessary tensions and fear among citizens. Honorable Speaker, we all recall the revelations made before the TRC, where numerous witnesses directly implicate President Jammeh in a serious human rights violations. It is therefore alarming that can now sit a comfortable board and issue a progressive and divisive statement undermining our national unity and the rule of law. Honorable Speaker, while I commend the government for its recent statement, it must now take a firm and unequal sentence to put an end to the former president's continued mobilizing of people, public statements that are unfriendly to our national peace and stability. His latest pronouncements have generated fear to our national peace and stability, fear among Gambians, and rising legitimate concern about our national security, preparedness, and government results upholding justice and the rule of law. Honorable Speaker, history reminds us that after overthrowing the former president, Sadara Kairaba in the 1994 coup, President Jammeh granted a conditional amnesty to the former president, banning him from political participations, effective dissolving People Progressive Party, PPP, despite that Sadara is now sought to re-enter in politics. Why then does President Jammeh refuse to respect the sovereignty decisions of Gambian people who in 2016 voted decisively to end his rule? Honorable Speaker, the government must take a firm stance to restore confidence among citizens. The Gambian people have said never again, and we must ensure that those words are not in vain. The people of the Gambia are resolved in that on their determinations to defend our democratic and uphold the value of justice, peace, and accountability. The Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commissions, TRC, is an act of National Assembly, duly established under the law of this land. Section 200 of the 1997 Constitution vests in the President the powers to establish the commissions of inquiry. Nowhere in our constitutions does not provide immunity to exemptions from accountability from anyone found to have violated the human right of others. No one is above the law. The justice must be seen to serve all, equal and without fear or favor. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, my message to the Gambian people is clear. Gambia can never again be a president of this country. The people of the Gambia have determined to defend their democracy and the values of justice, peace, and accountability. Honorable Speaker, before I submit, I also make a clarity from the Honorable Member, the former veteran Honorable Member Halifa Sallah, says he has never signed any declarations regarding in this international treaty. On that note, I submit.
Honorable members, I wish to thank the Honorable Member for Lower Salum for that statement and open the floor, beginning with the member for Nyamina Dankunku.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me thank the Honorable Member for Lower Salum for coming up with this important matter of the day. Honorable Speaker, the matter of the day has indicated that, okay, the comment of the president, former president, is a threat to national security. I actually agree with the statement, Honorable Speaker, knowing how the then president lived this country. When he was leaving the country, most of the people he governed were outside, almost seeking for refugee in other countries. So if he is intending to come back, surely it will pose a national, actually a national security threat. But Honorable Speaker, when you see the threat coming, it is no more a threat. The threat, it can only be a threat when you don't know the threat. But we are already informed that he is coming. So it is no more a threat. It is up to the government to take its position. The president has responded. The powers the then president has, he don't have those powers anymore. He was using the nation power. That was the power he was having. This power is being removed from him. Everybody knows how powerful a president, but the former president knows those powers more than anybody because he was using those powers. So if those powers are withdrawn from him, let him know that he don't have any power. May I believe the former president should have been using a diplomatic channel to come back into this country, serving as a president for 22 years. If you are on exile and you want to come back to your country, you should know the diplomatic channel you should be following to come back in this country peacefully, rather than gathering people or regionalizing your people, calling them somewhere else, especially in Karelai. In fact, that is the reason why it is passive as a threat. You call them at your home. I think we should discuss frankly as a nation, as Gambia. The people of this country accepted President Jammeh for 22 years. They are voting him in and out in office. So if these people, if he lose that election, he should definitely accept from the will of God that his leadership, that was 2016, was the end. If you want to come back as a citizen, it's fine.
The member for Fonyi Bondal, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you, Honorable the mover of the Honorable who came with the matter of the day. Honorable Speaker, I think when we the Gambians did changes or change, we change for the different. We don't change to maybe repeat what has happened before, or the case that we claim to, that we all claim that the then president or the then government was not democratic, but now we are in a democratic government. So if the former president announced his return to this country, I think it should be a chance for the country. He is a citizen of this country, and maybe I might not know it, but I don't hear or see where they issue an arrest warrant for him whenever he steps his foot in this country. Honorable Speaker, I think the law people are here who knows better than I do. Every person deserves a chance. Every person deserves a chance to be heard. So if the former president is not given the chance to be heard, that means, whatever allegation whatever allegations that are mentioned, without him also giving his side of the story, we can't know what actually happened. Honorable Speaker, where the honorable member mentioned that the former president Jawari was overthrown. Was President Jammeh overthrown, or he was democratically voted out? He was democratically voted out. So if you mention overthrown, and then the election, and then the person who was defeated through an election, it's quite different. Honorable Speaker, so the other thing that I see here is like, I don't think now we can go in for election when we have people who can determine the person who will rule this country. Because if you say that the former president will never rule this country again, that means that you are holding the key to the person who is going to rule this country. So that means I see this statement as a little bit unfair. Honorable Speaker, thank you so much.
Thank you. I now give the floor to the member for Bakau.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And I thank the mover of the motion, Honorable Jawara. Honorable Speaker, I have the greatest respect for the former head of state, Jammeh. And I will be very much willing to welcome him back to the Gambia, but it has to be channeled through diplomacy. The pronouncement that we heard from President Jammeh is very threatening, according to the mover of the motion. Threatening in the sense that the way and manner he wants to return to the country, if that is going to be the case, honorable members, is going to be bloody. So to avoid those kind of statements from the former head of state, I think it will be very welcoming to give advice to see how best his return can be channeled through diplomacy. As I speak to you now, I am well informed that the person is presently in Nigeria. Whether this is true or not, we have to verify. Honorable Speaker, as mentioned in the statement,
Order, honorable members, order, please.
Honorable Speaker, as mentioned by the mover of the statement, this government must take a firm stance to restore confidence
Honorable members, please, order.
among citizens. Honorable Speaker, on this few remarks, I thank you very much for giving me the floor.
Thank you very much. Member for Joswang, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And thank you very much, Honorable Jawara, for being in the matter of the day. Honorable Speaker, I think we have to be very clear here. Honorable Speaker, you are distracting me, please. I think we have to be very clear here. Jammeh's coming should be a blessing to the country and a blessing to the victims. The victims are looking for what? What do they want? They want justice. If it took you years for him to come, now he want to come back home. We sit down here and start crying. And then what do we need to be very clear here? We said he was powerful. Now he is no more powerful. Those powers are shifted. Why should we even talk about it? If he has no powers, the powers are now in control of by somebody else. And look at the possibility and the possibility of Jammeh coming. He is going through what? Through what? If the airport say no, he cannot land.
then where are we expecting him? How do you want him to come? We can't listen of the government. Let's be very clear here. My concern here is, Jammeh was the leader of this country, and there are many things that are put on him, whether they were accused, whether they were real, we cannot determine. He must face justice and determine to say, yes, I am guilty. Where there is a rule of law. So if he's coming home, he's not coming home to say he's coming home to be a president. He's not coming home because he's coming home to be a leader of a party. He is coming home as a citizen. And he coming as a citizen is the same treatment that I should be treated as if I do wrong. To face justice and then prove myself guilty or not guilty. So I think the concern here is, let's take our time and take things easy. Jammeh was here. If he wants to come back, let him come back and face what he should face. But if he's no more a toothless, if he's a toothless bulldog now, and it is called, how can he bite? He cannot bite. So I think it's important we talk about it. Thank you, Mercy.
Thank you, Member for Kalindin Kunyang. You have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the mover for bringing this topic. This is very crucial. It's important. But I disagree with anyone who wants to try to paint a picture that Jammeh's coming is it's an insecurity for this nation. The leader of the nation failed to explain to us how is that a threat. Is he coming guns? Is he coming to talk about the government? Is he coming? That has to be clear. I don't have any threat to invest. Saying that I'm coming, I want to come back home. And secondly, you didn't mention that the government should respond to this informal statement. Jammeh made an informal statement. The president also responded informally. In fact, the policy like those are very time to go to spoke my mind. I think that is the reality. Now, your motion to some extent exposes the inaction of the government. You mentioned the killings, the perpetrators that government made. You were on something. TTRA said PLFC ended 4 years ago. We are coming to 5 years. What has the government done? The special mechanism be repassed here. The special procedure be repassed here. What has the government done? That is all that they are ready to do. So, how will the social justice happen? It's saying that this part of the action, that is not laws have been passed 1 year ago. What have we done? This is not to fight for the people who have been abused. The 200 people you mentioned, you should see the court process going on right now. The government is committed
compensation and the
to implement the TRC recommendations. You see some real action taking place. Like just one said, it doesn't want another Jammeh is here or is in Pugo. If the postcode don't take place, it will obviously take place. But the problem is, this government is comfortable Jammeh being exiled. While they form alliance with this party, continue to win election. The agenda has become Farmer Jones. Because you read for animal farms. You behold Farmer Jones. Anytime he talks, I said Farmer Jones should come. So you to create people with that sense of fear. And you see contradiction in your statement. You said people are in fear. But you now say people are resolute to defend the democracy. Now people who are resolute to defend democracy, how would they be fear now? So let's Jammeh be the issue. But there's no law that backs Jammeh to come to court quickly. We are not saying he should go to prosecution. We are not saying he should go to court. He should go and defend himself. But there's enough scope to come to Kenya. And Jammeh's carrying his court. If he comes in November, he will fulfill the 1 year needed to contest election. He might come November and contest election next year. So that's where we are really from.
Thank you. Member for Kiang West, you have the floor.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, and what I don't understand, Jammeh for 22 years have spent financially, morally, to build up a party, to constitute that party. And in fact, there was a time he won all the constituencies in this country in an election. The current regime is comfortable benefiting from this former structure that Jammeh has invested in for 22 years. From alliance with this political party, getting benefit from that human resources Jammeh has constituted and built for 22 years. You are comfortable with that, but you are not comfortable with him coming back to this country. Honorable Speaker, let's talk about the most recent. The Victims' Liberation Commission submitted a budget to the government that was to be used for reparating the victims, which is more than 30-something million. Imagine what has been approved for them is 20-something million, which cannot even cover what they want to do for the victims. That should be the focus of the government right now, to allocate sufficient resources for the liberation. That's not what the government is doing. But instead of seeing Jammeh coming as a threat, if Jammeh has banned Sadoga's party, but President Barrow has benefited from Jammeh's party from the structure. So that tells you that, I want to tell people one thing. Everything that comes from this majority sometimes is an irony. When we were looking at the constitution here, somebody said something. Somebody look at the story.
Honorable member, don't go out of order, please.
I'm not going out, please. Honorable Speaker, don't distract me. Somebody made a story, and the person made a story to say Sulu and Sam. When Sam was asking Sulu, Imanta Sulu muta lengi buru muta, wata Sulu ya Sulu muta. Then Sulu wata Sulu bura ayi buru muta. But what he was saying, Honorable Speaker, is he's telling us, what we are denying us is exactly what we wanted. That's what he was telling Parliament. That what you are denying us is exactly what we wanted. Do you understand? So these people have to stop this political statement. Government knows what to do when the president issues a statement. And the statement is, President Jammeh's statement to come to Gambia is a threat. How is it that?
Thank you. Nominated member Fatu K. Jawara, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I don't think I will stand here today to waste my words on an exiled, brutal dictator. And I don't think I need to explain to any Gambian again what has already been there. We don't need to search for it or speak about it. Jammeh brutal dictatorship has almost affected the entire Gambia. Even these scammers who are protecting him today, who are scamming the people of Foni broad daylight, telling them that Barrow is not even occupying the seat where Jammeh used to sit. These scammers who continue to mislead the people of Foni, telling them that Jammeh is coming. Jammeh have been dreaming since 2020, 2021. But let me just ask, who pleased Jammeh hand to send him out? And who stopped him from coming? If he is man enough, let him come. We dislodge the tyrant and send him out of this country, and he cannot be a leader here anymore. Jammeh is not even fit to lead a house. Why are they coming? Let them go and send out the securities in Jammeh's house. Because they said the securities were occupying his house in Kanilai. Jammeh crime has gone below universal jurisdiction. So I don't think we even need to waste our time on Jammeh. The only space that Jammeh have now, he is at the bush, chatting with the monkeys and goats. That is what he deserves. He is denying many Gambians from coming back. I think today, the foreign people or the scammers are not
Point of order.
There is a point of order.
I'm not allowing him.
No, there is a point of order. Order, honorable members, order, please. There is a point of order. Allow, if it hit to your time, they will give you, we'll try to compensate that. Honorable Speaker, I am arguing on point of order 29.4. No members and input in no 29.4. It shall be out of order to use offensive and insulting language about members in the chambers. He said the people of Polu, the scammers.
Wait. Honorable member, nominated member. Can I see, please, honorable members and nominated member, please, there's a point of order. It is not your duty to rule on his point of order. Please be silent and allow him to proceed and let me deliver judgment on that. Honorable member, please go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, as I said, I am rising on point of order 29.4. It shall be out of order to use offensive and insulting language in the assembly. Now, the honorable nominated member, Fatu Matake Jawa, she said the scammers, and she said the people of Poli are scammers. That is out of order. That is out of order.
Order. Honorable members, order. Honorable members, please order. Honorable members, order. Lower Salum, Nyani, Councillor, please. Member for Lower Salum, stop that. Order. Honorable members, we all had a nominated member. She never referred to the people of Woni as scammers. She said some scammers and all that. And I cannot accept that the word scammer is offensive or insulting. You are out of order.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I say the scammers who scam the people of Woni to come to this parliament, and they are still scamming them to regain their seats. The landlord is very clear. Stop scamming people and stop the misleading statement. Woni people deserve better. But let me tell you, that small population cannot destabilize this country. We fought in our heart and sweat to dislodge that tyrant. And the democracy that the Gambians are enjoying today, you cannot spoil it. There is a prayer going on, a spiritual prayer that is going on in Woni today. And they said they will put on a blood and start beating their calabash to cause this government and pray for the former exiled president to come. And I know those who organize it. Those who call them I still have time.
No, thank you. Your time is up. Member for Pasalum, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And I also thank my brother from Salum for bringing such a matter, because this is a national concern. Honorable Speaker, we are all Gambian citizens, and every Gambian citizen actually has the right to be a resident of this country. That is fundamental, and there's no question about that. But it's also equally important for us to understand that any Gambian that has caused pain and suffering to the people of the Gambia, the law must deal with you. It must be very clear. Honorable Speaker, I understand that in the Constitution, section 69, subsection 3, if you allow me to read in relation to this thing we are dealing with here, section 69 of the Constitution, which is the immunity from civil or criminal proceedings of a former president. Subsection 3 says, after a president has vacated the office of president, A, no court may entertain any action against him or her in any civil proceedings in respect of any act done in his official capacity as president. B, it says a criminal court shall only have jurisdiction to entertain proceedings against him or her in respect of acts or omissions alleged to have been perpetrated by him or her while holding office as president, if the National Assembly has resolved on a motion supported by not less than 2/3 of all members that such proceedings are justified in the public interest. Honorable Speaker, I think it's quite evident that if this National Assembly is serious in supporting the victims of the former president I think now is the time for us to move the motion. Now is the time for us to move the motion to create the path for the executive to do the needful. Every government here, in one way or the other, you have been a victim. Some are economic victims, and some actually are talking about lives. So this is not a joke. And I would like to take, Honorable Speaker, on this existing protocol, using our standing orders, which allow me to move a motion to create the executive to be able to do the needful. So I want to move the motion, Honorable Speaker, with your permission, under Section 53.
Order, honorable members, order. Honorable members.
If you allow me.
No.
Yes.
Honorable members, order. Please take your seat, Upper Salum. Order. Honorable members, he want to move a substantive motion. He must notify me.
No.
No.
Wait. I'm asking for your guidance.
No.
No, that's fine. You have to listen.
So depend on this matter.
No, for my matter is very simple and straightforward. Parliament has a responsibility, and our responsibility is to create a path for the executive to put every government, including the former president, to task if they have done some activity against for human dignity. That is very clear. And again, this motion, you cannot come to try to threaten this country. We cannot allow that. But now Parliament has a responsibility, and our responsibility today or tomorrow is to create the path, and to do that, we must move.
Thank you, member for Funi Councillor. You have the floor.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I thank the member for Lower Salon. I think the general clarity that he needs to help himself and build from this status quo of darkness that he has already written in this document is, if, for example, Jammeh is a security threat, today, who is controlling the narrative of the Speaker of the National Assembly? If Jammeh is a security threat, who is controlling as the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly? If Jammeh is a security threat, the security apparatus that he had left is the same security apparatus that are ongoing. If Jammeh is a security threat,
Honorable member for Councillor, don't be out of order. Be on the topic. What you are insinuating is not clear. Are you insinuating that? Because you cannot do that. How can you refer to and beg the question that if Jammeh is a security threat, how about the Speaker? Are you referring to the Speaker as a security threat? Don't say that. No, you cannot say that. Honorable members, order, please. Order, honorable members. Honorable members, order. Member, please. Continue.
thank you, Honorable Speaker. I need to clear this. These were people who had stood and supported Jammeh for 22 good years to rebuild.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
There is a point of order by the member for Upper Salon, Lower Salon.
Honorable Speaker, orders 29-2. Honorable Speaker, orders 29-2. Reference shall not be made to any matter of the respect of which a legal proceedings are active in such a way that might be an opinion of the Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the prerogative and interest of the parties thereto. Honorable Speaker, I was trying to quote. You must wait. I'm trying to use 29.5. Yes. No member shall put improper motive to any member, to any other members. Honorable Speaker, the subject matter here is the phony councillor trying to make reference on the speakers, deputy speakers, and the securities. Honorable Speaker, what has happened in this country? The deputy speaker